Hi, I'm Lisa Konoplisky, and I'm a resident here at Ragdale. It's been an extraordinary experience beyond anything I could imagine. And I'd just like to give my thanks to the board, the trustees, to the whole staff, Amy, Regin, Roland, and also to my fellow residents who are incredible and who I hope I've made lifelong relationships with. So I'm here for playwriting, and during the time I've been here, I've been working on two plays and also a novel, but I'm not going to read from that today. I'm going to read a first scene from one of the plays that I've been working on. It has several characters, so you'll have to bear with me as I try to act out the characters. The name of the play is Redemption Game, and this is the first scene. And in essence, this is the scene where we're introduced to Amanda, who is our protagonist. And Amanda, during the scene, has the experience of realizing that she's lost not only her joy has fled, but also her uterus is on the lam. So she's having a very unusual series of experiences. So I think you'll get the gist once I start going, who's who. Amanda enters, stands alone in a single spot, a screen projection of a single glass of water. Amanda speaks directly to the audience. Amanda. A single moment. No, that's not quite right. Projection changes to that of a mighty waterfall. The wretched accumulation of a million moments. Mountain runoffs, meandering creeks, stagnant, scummy ponds, all crashing down on me at once. Concussive. Punishing. Waterfalls look pretty, but they hurt like hell. They're deafening. We hear the crush of a tremendous waterfall. Amanda yells to the audience over the din. Loud, right? Waterfall noises stop. Here's what happened. Lights come up to full. Amanda adjusts to her new surroundings. She's in an office space. Just desk chair appears. She sits. I was at desk. Desk with computer screen. At job. Cubicle walls appear. Not my desk or my job, because those things aren't really mine. I'm very precise about language these days. Can't be too careful. Definite articles. They're tiny, but they can change everything. So, at desk, at job, at office job. The space begins to fill out. Random office folks rush back and forth, doing office things. A break room begins to emerge. A coffee machine, a bowl of fruit, a microwave, etc. Amanda. Office job is office job. I'm not welding steel joists, poaching black cod, wiping up baby vomit. I'm at office job. It's a state of mind, a place of mind. Nowhere in particular, just somewhere enough to keep you from being anywhere else. Like so much of life, it's an issue of ass in chair. Tech bro saunters into the break area, pours a cup of coffee and just hangs, taking up his space. Amanda. It was hip, enlightened office. One that encouraged the use of reusable straws. Bamboo, stainless steel. Fair trade office. More office stuff, random folks, assistants, couriers, supervisors, interns, scurry about, chattering, showcasing their business. Amanda continues to address the audience even as these people interact with her. Amanda. I was encouraged to believe I was taken seriously. Random office folks say random office folks things to Amanda, not waiting for any real answers, like, I read that report, I'd love to get your feedback. Where are we with the Redmond account? Any actionable items I need to be aware of? Stuff like that. Amanda. I even started to suspect I was taken seriously. But really, what did I know? Random office folks in unison to Amanda. Nothing. Amanda. Knowing, knowledge. Track these words like you got an 8-point buck in the crosshairs, searching for that line that runs from tear duct to tear duct. An inch above that, that's your kill shot. That's the trouble I'd gotten myself into. Amanda's attention turns away from the audience to the office space. She's shuffling papers on her computer, busy. Tech Bro is still hanging out, watching her, almost amused. Tech Bro. Yo, Amanda. Amanda acknowledges Tech Bro with a lift of her chin, but says nothing. Tech Bro. Sup? How's it hanging? Aloha. How hops it? You get down with your bad self. Amanda. Hi? Tech Bro. How about you make my dreams come to fruition? Tech Bro tosses Amanda a Granny Smith apple. Amanda. His dreams? What about mine? Tech Bro. Have a bite. Amanda begins to speak, but Tech Bro cuts her off. Don't say I didn't warn you. That shit is crisp as hellfire. Just joshing. At ease. Still chuckling at his secret joke and quite pleased with himself, Tech Bro exits. Amanda puts apple down on her desk. She stops, as if she's heard something. Do we hear it too? She looks at the apple, intently, shakes it off back to her desk. Then again, as if she hears the sound but louder, she looks at the apple. She picks it up, looks around to see if anyone is watching, and takes a tentative bite. She chews, and suddenly gay glitter falls from the sky, covering her. No one except Amanda notices. Amanda. I didn't know before I put that apple against my lips, my teeth digging in, gaining purchase, ripping and excising the sweetness and juice reduced to a mealy chum at the back of my throat. This wasn't an apple. It was the apple. Once that masticated mush made its way down my throat and settled in my guts, a change. It was sort of like... Glitter should have been my first clue. Glitter, as the old gay wise ones say, is never insignificant. Attention must be paid. So what happened? I remembered everything. Every goddamn single thing that I'd willed myself to forget. I saw what I saw, felt what I felt. It was knowledge, in the biblical sense, of fucking and being fucked. The knowledge of knowing, the regurgitation of awareness, the waterfall. I saw who and where I was, and that's when it left. My joy. The flight, the absence, the hollow space where it had once lived. All because I'd let myself know. Because I'd bit that apple. Projection of an apple. My joy. Did someone steal it? Did it leave on its own steam? Amanda takes another bite out of the apple, chews it, looks around at random office folks. Didn't matter. Fact is, it was gone. Amanda erupts at random office folks. This is bull fucking shit. Random office folks notice, continue to mill around, but with more speed, almost frantic, throwing frightened glances at Amanda. You heard me. Don't be acting like you don't know. Random office folks scurry even more quickly, giving Amanda wide berth. Has anyone seen it? Has anyone seen my joy? Random office folks are now frightfully alarmed, behaving in strange ways, and finally fleeing, as if from a burning building. Amanda stands alone at her desk. She addresses the audience again. Not that my joy and I were so intimately acquainted. Like many women, I was joy-averse. Joy was a stranger I'd mostly ignored, confining it to dark corners, convinced there would be a perfect time, just not today, when I'd take her out on the freeway and open her up. If I was good, if I was patient, the time for joy would come. But being a good girl always bites you in the ass. Never do what the world tells you to, no matter how they spin it. It's a racket. Greatest Ponzi scheme ever. So, projection of a long, empty highway. Sick of my shameless neglect, not to mention this bullshit. That's right, I said bullshit. My joy skedaddled, up and left, took a powder, scrammed. I was all by my lonesome, soaked to the bone by the waterfall. Hell, I didn't even have a serpent for company. Projection of cartoon snake. But I didn't need a snake to tell me which way the wind was blowing. Snakes make shitty weather vanes. lacked the necessary tensile strength. My cheeks could feel the winds just fine. They were blowing west. We hear the opening whistle of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Amanda goes into a momentary trance, closes her eyes as if trying to remember something, then opens her eyes. She's headed west, off to find her territory, I said. A tangent, but related. Projection of Wyoming. Amanda has a laser pointer. This is Wyoming. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong slide. Projection of the chart of female reproductive anatomy, like you'd find in a medical textbook. This is us. Some of us, at least. You know who you are. You other folks, just sit tight. Now, most women have no idea what their parts are. Don't know the difference between a Stradivarius, a clitoris, or a uterus. Yeah, they all end in that us sound. So we suspect a connection, but it's a little more than a vague hunch. In this muddle of girly membranes, moisture and whatnot, where exactly is joy located? Amanda looks to the audience. No one answers. Truth is, joy moves around a lot. An itinerant peddler of bits and bobs, a distracted dreamer, doesn't care so much for settling down. No real longitude or latitude to be had. You got your vagina. That's a long row to hoe. You got your labia. Humid and enjoyable, occasionally. Like an all-exclusive Caribbean getaway, where racism is served with fruity drinks, paper umbrella, and a wedge of lime. But it's too sweet. It sickens. So we won't go there today. You got your fallopian tubes. The background greenery in some cheap supermarket bouquet. Baby's breath, fallopian tubes, 12 red roses. Each rose hand-selected by an undocumented immigrant in Ventura County, courtesy of a viciously efficient coyote. He knows what the boss wants. The boss says, I don't want people from Mexico City. They talk too much. I want Oaxacaneños. They're passive, like burros. Roses. So romantic. The clitoris. Well, that's a whole other can of worms. Who's got the energy? Not me. Let's just put a pin in that for a moment. Ouch. Then you got your old reliable, the uterus. Bleeder of potions, font of babes. Some would say the very essence of the feminine. And, if the tall tales men tell are true, seat of all things hysteric and imagined. Only part of a woman that matters enough for entire countries to go to war. A kind of undiscovered country. Murkier than death, though. Capable of swallowing a man in just one bite. Made Ahab quake in his saltwater wellies. It's all right there. You just got to read between the lines. I tell you all this because when my joy decamped, something else snuck out, hot on its trail. Amanda circles the uterus with her laser pointer. This bad boy, the old sneaky Pete. Name's not Pete, though. That much I can confirm. Joy and my uterus, two runaway brides. My joy was that last chopper out of Saigon, teetering on the embassy roof, straining to fly under the weight of all that terror. My uterus was a stowaway, clinging to the landing gear for dear life, dangling in the wind, a refugee, just plain fed up. The uterus crawls out from under the desk, from beneath Amanda's legs, dusts herself off, and with a flip of the hand, Mama needs some me time. Amanda. And that's how it happened. Uterus. She's not wrong. Uterus exits in disgust. Amanda. I want them back. My joy. My uterus. They belong to me. This is America. When something belongs to you, you got rights. Inalienable rights. No, not those kinds of aliens. Motherfucking NASA, Bible-built bullies. They find out aliens got joy, let alone uteruses, watch out. They will be all up in that shit. No one likes an alien uterus, but again, that's another story. This tendency of mine to digress, to tell one story until it spills into another and yet another, it costs me. You try surviving the world when you can't control the stories that fall out of your mouth. Good luck with that. Boyfriend doesn't want to hear that shit, and the ladies, don't even get me started. I've had 'em both, and when the rubber meets the road, most folks just want what they want. Ham and cheese on slices of buttered vagina. Hold the mustard. So, my joy was MIA. My uterus was on an extended bank holiday. The situation was dire. What was I going to do? I rang a therapist. Amanda pulls out her cell phone and dials. In a separate lighted area, lights up on a therapist answering the phone. Therapist. How may I direct your call? Therapist expert? Speaking. Need some expert therapizing. Stat. Wise choice. Checking calendar, checking calendar, checking calendar. Right. When? When? When can you get here? Now? I was expecting the scarcity model. That's just marketing. Abundance doesn't sell. Clever. In reality, I'm wide open. Only a man would say that without, gotta keep folks on their toes. Toes ain't the body part I'm concerned with. Pardon? I'll tell you when I see you. Okay, hold on. Oh, my rates just went up. Seriously? Invoices in the mail. Blackout. Thanks, everyone, and thank you for Ragdale. This has been probably the best 3.5 weeks of my life. So, thank you all. Take care. Bye.